Yes, the cry War Eagle will soon be heard at Gray Hawk in the Arizona Desert and the NCAA Championships. The Auburn women's golf team is on a magical spring run, winning the SEC at Gray Stone and turning a dormy gray hue into a bright burnt orange finish at the regional in Louisville. Now it's showtime again, a chance at a national title led by a coach who's been there and done it all before. Joining us now, the head coach of the Tigers, Melissa Llewellyn. And Melissa, I know you're excited to be heading to Arizona, and you must feel great about the way your team is playing right now with the SEC championship, the comeback in Louisville. They seem like they're peaking at the right time.
Well, they're I'm just so proud of how they have been able to dig deep when it matters, and we've continued throughout the entire season. We've had a lot of different lineup changes. And again, I've got to go back through the season, but I'm pretty sure this is the lineup that we had the last day at Louisville is the first time that group had been together. And so that group will stay together. And then we're adding Julie McCarthy in for our alternate position. You know, this year is the first year that the NCAA has allowed us to do substitutions between stroke play rounds at regionals. And, you know, we really, we needed that spark that Anna gave us. And so I think Anna earned her spot.
Tell me about this team a little bit. It seemed like in Louisville, you were down going into the last day and you had a couple of girls step up, Kaylee and Elena, maybe yes. Made that happen in Louisville.
Well, you know, I have a pretty mature team. Elena came back for her COVID year. So she had actually graduated last year, and she came back to, you know, finish some unfinished business is what she would say. And Kaylee Telfer is a senior, but she will also come back next year for a COVID year. So it's hard to even say what year they are anymore because it's a bit confusing.
Right.
But, you know, that maturity really led us. And when we pulled into the parking lot, we had two cars and Elena was in my car and she was sitting next to me. And I looked over and she had tears running down her face. And I'm like, Elena. And she said, it cannot end this way. And she turned back to the back seat to Michael and Telf. And she said, I refuse for my Auburn career to end like this. You guys got to play your best. And their faces were, you know, a little bit, you know, it's 6 o'clock in the morning and she's giving the Newt Rockne speech. And so I said, I'm thinking I got to get the other girls in the other car and capture this moment. This emotion is too good. And so, you know, we got them out of the car and got in a little circle. And I said, ladies, we're playing this day for Elena. And, you know, and then the tears started running again and got everybody on board. And Anna said during the round that her mantra was, it's not going to end this way. It's not going to end this way. Yeah. And so it was very inspiring from our super senior. And, you know, the girls just really responded.
Yeah. It seems like they're ready to go for the NCAA championship. And I don't know how many Auburn fans know, but you were at Arizona State and won the national championship in 2009. So you're very familiar with the area there. Is that advantage for the Tigers this weekend?
I mean, I guess maybe the advantage is that I won't have to use my GPS. You know, it's I've been able to tell them a lot about the course. The course is kind of in front of you. I mean, there's not a lot of tricks to it. There's a couple places you maybe don't want to be. One in particular is the desert. You know, anyone if you've never played a desert golf course, the first time you play a course, it's very visually intimidating off the tee box because it's fairway and cactus, and instead of rough. And so, so we're going to go play a different golf course on Wednesday because we're not allowed to play the course. We're not allowed to practice at Greyhawk on Wednesday. So we're going to go up to Desert Mountain and play a course called Chiricahua. And it's one of the most visually intimidating courses that I know of in the desert, just to get them used to seeing it and get over it. Because if they try to steer their driver or get tentative, they're going to find themselves in the prickly stuff. And so I think that being able to play on Wednesday will really be helpful to them. And then Thursday, when we play the practice run at Greyhawk, it'll be like, it should be pretty easy. It should look pretty wide because the fairways are plenty wide. It's just, it can play tricks with your head.
Right. Want to keep it in the grass, out of the sand, right?
You want to keep it in the green stuff.
Well, it was about a decade ago, I think, when the Auburn Tigers went out to Glendale, Arizona, and won the national championship on the football field. Cam Newton and the crowd. Will you mention that to the girls as a motivating factor when you get to Arizona?
Think about how young they were 10 years ago. Yeah. I don't know, I can always say there's just a lot of good vibes in the desert. I think with me coming from there, I'll probably bring it up, just anything positive and thinking of good things and victory and good vibes, I think are always good things.
Absolutely. Well, we wish you the best of luck this weekend. I know you guys are getting ready to hit the road out to the Phoenix area. Best of luck, War Eagle, and I'm sure the Auburn fans will be pulling for you.
Oh, we've had so much support and lots of emails and text messages and a few prayers to get us through regionals, and those prayers were answered. So now new tournament, and let's go, War Eagle.